We are here today because there is a narcissistic billionaire running the government who peddles in fascism, is known for his history of lying, short paying his vendors.
And we're going to talk about the Democratic Party, and we're going to talk about the amazing situation that has developed on the federal level of our government since the inauguration of Donald Trump into the White House for the second time. He has given over power to an Afrikaner, to somebody who got into our country and overstayed his visa, and now has really overstayed his welcome in terms of destroying anything that is oversight, threatening, quite frankly, to steal taxpayers' money, which I think this is the whole setup to that. But you have to destroy the oversight first, and enacting revenge against various personnel who are competition for him. That is what Donald Trump is allowing that person to do. You might notice I'm not saying his name. I think the Democrats should come up with an alternative name for the person I'm talking about. But he is a white South African Afrikaner whose family benefited off of apartheid. That's who he is, and that's how he should be defined at all times. So to start with the first thing, everything that you see Trump and his friends doing come under three categories: killing oversight, stealing tax money, and revenge. As you can see, when he first comes into office, they start to kill oversight. They displace a bunch of leaders at the FBI, a bunch of agents at the FBI who were involved in any sort of oversight of Donald Trump, which of course is not the choice of these agents. You get assigned to what you get assigned to. So it was really ridiculous to do that. But again, killing oversight. Now he's going after a regulatory agency in Washington that was investigating, banks and other financial institutions that do not serve the customers well, and that particular agency saved this country billions of dollars. In another video, I'll go over why Democratic messaging doesn't work, even when they're on the right side of things. Right, so you be on the right side of things, but if your message doesn't get out, then none of that matters, right? So, and I think that's something the Democratic Party, for whatever reason, has not figured out. So, anyway, the killing oversight piece is huge. Coming in and firing 17 inspector generals. And for the folks out there that may not know what inspector generals do, they are the oversight ethics arm in a lot of these agencies that make sure everybody's doing the right thing by the law. First thing Donald Trump comes in and does in the first week is he fires 17 inspector generals. So you're firing anybody who's a watchdog. You're getting rid of anybody who might be looking at corruption. The other watchdog in this, which is not always a watchdog but should be, is the media. He's starting to displace the media at the Pentagon. It's not a complete displacement, but they are moving out the typical larger news organizations that would know where the bodies are buried at the Pentagon, and moving in all the networks that are friendly to Republicans and MAGA, and really are operating as propaganda arms, particularly Fox News and OAN. It's really sort of a joke. Really, what this is the second return of yellow journalism, which if you go read Wikipedia, you can see what that is. But effectively, it was an era where a bunch of rich people owned journalistic platforms, and they said what those rich people wanted them to say. So the second thing that they're doing, again, there's three things that almost every action that Trump has taken in less than 20 days falls under one of these three things: killing oversight, stealing tax money, and revenge. And of course, they haven't gotten to the stealing tax money part. They'll get to that. They'll either do it through tax policy or they'll do it straight away. Likely they'll do it by connecting certain people who are friends with Donald Trump to the tax system. You see, they're going after the Department of Education. That is to privatize education so that people like Betsy DeVos can make money off of it. That is what that is about. Everything with them is privatization. You remember years ago that George W. Bush wanted to privatize Social Security. Yeah, so his rich buddies could get their hands on it. All of this is about creating income streams for rich people. That's what this is about. So the stealing money piece, to get to the stealing money piece, you have to kill the oversight so nobody knows that you're stealing the money. So they're doing, of course, the killing of the oversight first. Now, the third piece, which is, I think, pretty obvious to anybody paying any attention, is revenge. The reason that Donald Trump ran again is pretty obvious. He was trying to shield himself from litigation. He was in a huge bunch of litigation trouble. And in fact, interestingly enough, I thought the strongest case easily of all the cases brought, you could say that the documents case was pretty good, but I actually thought the Fonnie Willis case was the easiest to prove because you had Donald Trump on audio telling officials in Georgia that he wanted a certain amount of votes to win the election. I mean, or win the state of Georgia. So stuff like that, that is just evidence that's right there in front of your face, was a pretty easy case. Obviously, you saw the job that was done in targeting of Fonnie Willis. Interestingly enough, you have so many people out there who are feminist writers who said absolutely nothing while that was happening, who somehow go silent when some black woman gets into some sort of situation where she's targeted, and it could be defined certainly as misogyny or patriarchy. They all fell silent. At any rate, the real point of that was that she was targeted in the same way that Marilyn Mosby was targeted for prosecuting cops, and the Republicans are very good at doing that. So that piece of revenge you seeing play out in what Trump and his little friend from South Africa are doing. They're going after anybody who is a business threat to his little friend from South Africa, who apparently he's let control the government. And they're doing dumb things that really don't matter because they can be undone, like changing everybody off the Kennedy Center board and stuff like that. But the question is, when the Democrats get back into power, will they use it in the same way? I was listening to a town hall, a teletown hall that Congressman Bobby Scott was doing the other day, and there was a caller that called up and asked that question, and it's a damn good one, which is, you know, everybody does so much work to get the Democrats in power, to get Democrats in power, and Democrats punk out and don't fight as hard as the Republicans. Democrats are always telling everybody what they can't do. The Republicans just do it. So there's a gigantic difference in leadership strategy and in governance and governing strategy of the two parties. We're seeing it play out right now. Those are the three things that everything is falling into the category of for Donald Trump right now. And I'll be back with the next video with regard to communication strategy, which is one of the biggest reasons why the Democrats are losing and continue to lose. And they will continue to lose until they fix their communication strategy. This is Lauren Burke, and I'll be back soon. Shut down the Senate. Shut down the